Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world we're in. Today's scene will be for Orlando Ascended, the mage venue. We find ourselves these days with two mages who have been through, let's just say, some shit. And to be more precise, it is Dr. Damien Wolf and Miss Clear. Damien, as Clear knows, gave her the info where to find the camping site, where he was planning to have a nice, relaxing camp out, getting in touch with nature and all that good Boy Scout stuff. Well, let's just say shortly after the scene with the cabin in the woods and laughing taxidermied deer, Damien, who will have rekindled the fire, will be waiting while Clear, on her snazzy motorcycle, is speeding towards his direction, quite anxious after the experiences she made.
Oh, and another thing, Clea would not have called Damien to let him know this is coming. She was just come. So
Fair
she's not
enough,
really
Damien is
anticipating her.
unawares.
So she's just driving there. And she will step a little bit at the camp, look around, see if he's there, go a little further, check her notebook again.
Yeah, Clear currently is not able to see his tent, but a little away from the camping site, she sees some white smoke rising above the tree tops.
Okay, good. So she will drive there.
She
And
follows
then
a dirt
she's
road
going
for a
to.
bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
So she drives a good bit there, and then she'll discover a simple two-man tent and a familiar face camping in the vicinity of the fire. He seems to be smoking something self-rolled. At this distance, you can't smell it.
Oh, yeah, but the power of deduction says that's probably a joint. So, yes, she's going to
Likely.
park the bike and she's going to walk towards him. And she's holding, or more, clutching her notebook because she can't remember a thing after the thing. And she will have it open so she sees everything in there. Like, Damien, homie. Hi.
Hey, Clear, are you a sight for sore eyes?
To be
Aren't you a
fair,
bit early?
she's a pretty horrifying sight at the moment because she has dark circles under her eyes. Like her mascara is like smudgy and
Mm-hmm.
weird. Her
She looks
hair
like
are
a
like,
mess.
yeah, this is a bit of a mess. Her hair a bit, like she electrocuted herself. So yeah.
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 Oh
I
shit,
saw
homie. You
cat.
you. Oh shit, homie. You look the way that I currently feel. Please come, and he will, uh, not forcibly, but he'll usher her to the fireside and get her comfortable and
Yeah,
stuff.
she's
And
gonna sit down and
yeah, and pass the
lean on
joint.
a rock. Yeah, she'll gladly take it. I saw cat.
How
She
is
told
she?
me there was a mean. She told me there was a mean woman that called her names, and I want to kill her. To kill this bitch.
The Pentex lady. Yeah.
Yeah, this keeps coming up all the time,
Yeah,
and it's
it's
starting to,
worry.
yeah, it is worrisome. But who is she? Did you know her? She told me that opens the notebook. The Matthias
Yeah,
knows her. Said, yeah.
yeah, he seems to know her from somewhere. Okay. Let me get my notebook out. And he opens his to the relevant page. Okay,
Oh, you have a notebook too?
always.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was gifted to me by Miss Redwood. You know, the weird one that started screaming like a maniac when I dropped out of the sky.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen her around in a bit. Where has she
Mm,
been?
no idea. No idea. She was supposed to get in contact with me, but it like never happened. So yeah,
Maybe
Hmm.
she's talking with Dad.
She's a euthanatos, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
okay, so I take it that's the reason you are here, because,
yeah, 'cause I need to know more.
no problem, no problem. It's okay. I'll have to. Oh, that reminds me. Damien will take what looks like a bandage and wrap it around his right hand so that the back of his hand is covered. There we
What
go.
happened to your hand?
I'll tell you afterwards. I'll tell you afterwards. One thing after another. But
I don't
let
think that camping suits you, man. Like, you've been here for a
I
day and you already cut yourself.
uh, I'll explain it to you later. And no, I didn't cut myself. Shenanigans happened.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
but I'll explain it to
oh.
you afterwards. That's
I may
just.
have some idea. And she
Oh
will scratch her
no.
head, the back of her head.
Oh no. Okay.
Well, anyway, later.
Let's
Let's.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's exactly. Takes the joint, takes a nice deep puff and gives it back. Okay, so we were at the White Wolf. Um, we were technically just planning to have a drink and wind down a bit. There we were in mixed company, so there was Alexei, the Garou, you know, the werewolf. Um,
Yeah, no.
so you have a rough idea who was there. Oh, there were also two
Yeah, Kat
vampires
told
there.
me. Yeah, she
One
told me, but
called
we don't know those
Amelia
ones.
and another one who called himself Seven, and he was a bullshitter. He tried to lie to me and failed
Oh,
horribly.
yeah, she told me that one of them talked shit.
Oh
And the other
yeah,
one was
I
some, like, goth chick or something.
the Amelia. Yeah, sort of, yeah. But yes, anyway, I put the shit talker in his place. Um, yeah, never would have thought that that I'd be putting putting fucking vampires in their place. But then again, God,
To
being a
be
mage is such a
fair,
hassle.
you were in a place with a werewolf, so
Yeah, okay.
come
I'll
on
be honest.
now.
I was using I was using that shamelessly. Yes.
Yeah, I would have done that too.
Well, a werewolf is alive. I can deal with things that are alive better than the undead. Anyway. So we were there. Things were going okay, and then suddenly my avatar appeared right beside me, which is very unusual. Normally, Filgia just shows up in my dreams. But anyway, and apparently the other people's avatars appeared, as in visually, not physically there.
Hmm.
Um, and basically, this horrible feeling came over me as I just got the feeling as if somebody had like walked over my grave. You know, just just that sort of every.
That's a weird expression. Like,
I didn't come up with the
it's
expression. I just
creepy.
learnt it in English class.
Oh, it's creepy. How would you know how it feels when someone walks on your grave? You're not supposed to be feeling shit when you're dead.
That's because it's a idiom, a figure of speech.
Well, those are stupid. You have to be more literal. Anyway, onwards.
Okay, Miss Speech Police. He just looks at you and
Whatever.
gives you a sly grin.
Whatever, you know I'm right.
Whatever.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm right? Right, yeah, okay.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so basically everyone, or almost everyone in the room, seemed to just feel that something was really, really off.
You muted.
That something was really off. And so basically we got ready because we had the feeling like some really horrible entity was going to enter the room. Turns out that that woman showed up, and she was accompanied by two, bouncer-looking types, sort of private security.
That told me. And she said that one of them was smelling of the worm
Oh,
thing
that was
again.
Alexei.
This comes up.
Yeah. Pentex and the worm, they go together like a horse and carriage. I've got a strong suspicion that Pentex might be like fully worm corrupted at this point.
Well.
Anyway, Alexei
at
basically went, lady can stay, bouncer 1 can stay, bouncer 2, who is worm tainted, get the fuck out of my bar. Yes, this makes sense. Garou really don't like the worm, and I can't blame them. I don't like the worm either.
I guess that's why he freaked out when I was puking the black goo. I hope he's not upset with me.
He didn't mention you, so I would take that as a good sign.
Well, we'll see, I guess. I mean, now that it's open again, I could go and check.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll come along the next time you go. Please promise that you'll drag me along the next time you go.
Okay. I can do that.
I have a little experience talking to Garou. Anyway, so worm-tainted guy went out, and basically everybody was on tender hooks. Everybody's nerves were like strained to the max because I was getting like a cold breeze from her, and all my alarm, mental alarm systems were going off. I'm pretty sure she's a mage of some sort, but I can't.
Yeah, Kat said that she was a mage, but she was all wrong.
Yeah. So basically,
whatever that means.
Yeah, so there was basically this talking going around, and after I saw that she wasn't going to be immediately hostile, I tactically inched towards the gentleman's bathroom, and there was actually a good reason why I did that. So I managed to get to the gentleman's bathroom and used the chance to perform a rote that I know, a rote that so far I've only ever had to use once before. It's an entropy rote I came up. The late professor, in whose notes I found this road, called it Atropos measure. Basically, I have a look at the different fate strands that come off a person and see which ones connect to me and not, and when I'm able to bundle them up, if I do it correctly, I basically get a vision about how important this person will be for my future. And oh boy, didn't I see something.
What did you see?
He opens up and, okay, I made notes after I had the vision straight away. Okay, let's see. I found myself standing in a white open area. I think it had snowed. I wouldn't be able to say what type of forest, a sort of open forest that was, but Jason, what was that? Exactly. I saw Xavier be there. I saw 2 Garu show up. I saw Jason Davos, the vampire, there. I met him once. Yeah, he seems okay for a vampire.
Okay.
There were 2 more. There was a rather cute-looking blonde ripping somebody's larynx out. And there were 2 more guys who I didn't straight away recognize. And basically, what happened was that a few people with fat lettering on their backs called Pentex came with guns, and they basically got horribly destroyed by the werewolves, and I think some of the mages helped as well. That like SWAT team got wiped out. I was sort of on the sidelines, it seems. And then when the SWAT team was finished, that woman that was nasty to Cat showed up, snapped her head towards my direction and says, "Ah, Mr. Wolf." And then I was kicked out of the vision.
That's creepy.
He gives her a hug. I know. Deep breaths.
Does that tell you so that's something that's going to happen, or that's like a possibility that you can prevent?
One or the other. That's the thing about Atropos measure. I am sort of looking into the future, or to be more precise, I'm pretty sure that I'm looking into one, probably like the most likely possibility, because I don't use time in that road, so it's probably just like the biggest likelihood that I get to see. And yeah.
You should talk to the serious dude about that since he was there.
The serious...
You know, the hermetical guy.
You mean I can never remember if it's Dr. or Professor Xavier, yes.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, I
just know that he's
probably
serious.
should. I guess so, yes. I haven't really dealt much with him.
Enough.
Mind you,
yeah, you should tell him.
Yeah. Okay. Then I. So after I basically was slapped, like magically bitch slapped on my feet, I got up and noted all this down. Yes. Then, of course, I washed my hands, left the loo, and then I saw that Cat was going to the bathroom, looking all upset, and shortly after her, Dahlia went to her. I would guess to comfort her.
That bitch
And
cultural
the
failed
bitch had gone.
experiment.
That bitch had gone by then. We basically had a little bit of a chat what happened, but I basically sort of double checked with Dahlia that I wouldn't say anything that would, like give away too much information. Not like in the museum.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn from my
The others
mistakes.
are.
Yeah, especially since there were vampires around, and I don't know. I really don't know if I wanted to involve them.
Yeah. Like, how many vampires are in this city, man? Like, I haven't heard of these ones before.
Well, if we use nature as an analog, there can only be so many predators for so many prey animals. So basically, I don't quite know what the ratio is for vampires to humans, but I would guess that it's very little vampires for like 100 humans or so. But then again,
Little,
Orlando is
we already
big.
met, like, I don't know, how many did we meet? Like, the two dudes at the park, then it was the old dude at the church, then was the little girl, then was the demon guy, demonologist guy. This guy was weird.
Oh yeah,
And now you say there are another two of them, and then you said this other Jason guy. How many
Jason
vampires are there,
Davos.
man?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, oh. Well, I guess we both have pretty interesting evenings.
Yeah. I wished it
Hardly even
remained at the.
slept.
Ugh. Well, I did sleep, but okay. And he produces some sausages and starts slicing them up at the end and putting them on a long stick and starting grilling it over the fire. Okay.
Here's what happened
Okay,
to
you
me. Like,
first.
I was trying to sleep because I was like not able to, and then I was uh like I got up and I lit a cigarette and everything was cold, so I went to get the heater, and when I did that, I think I dozed off, and then I woke up and everything was on fire, and I I tried to use the extinguisher, but it was blowing out fire too. So I'm like, okay, that's not real. So that must be a dream or something. So I tried to wake up. I couldn't wake up. And then I was like flying real fast. And then I fell into some
Like as if as if a giant
water.
had hurled you at like 100 miles per hour.
Yeah, something like this. And I fell to the ground. It felt like I broke everything, but not. And then the same thing happened, and I landed on the road again, and I was outside the White Wolf, and I was trying to get there, and no, and then I fell into a puddle with mud, and I was all muddy and shit. And after a bit of this happening, I found myself like falling from my bed to the floor, and I was covered in fucking mud and water, and everything smells like seawater since then. It's weird. Everything smells like seawater, man.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Oh,
Seawater?
and not just
Huh.
that, yeah. Then I went to the shower because it was full of mud and shit. Not litter shit, but mud. And I went to the shower, and then I felt that someone grabbed me, and but nobody was there.
Oh yeah, that sounds very familiar. Please continue.
Yeah, and no, then I just get out of the shower and get back to bed because, well, I didn't have anything else to do, honestly, and I changed my bed sheets obviously because it was full of mud. Well, I didn't sleep that much anyway. It wasn't good. But what the fuck was that?
Ah, I'm not quite sure, homie. And if she'll allow it, he'll put his arm around her shoulder, pulling her in a
Oh
little
yeah, they're
closer.
homies.
Yeah, trying to comfort her. Oh, okay.
Oh, your turn.
Yeah. Oh, did you ever see the Evil Dead movie?
Let me think.
Uh,
Was that the one with
the guy who says groovy a lot.
is that the one with the tree rape and the weird book?
The Necronomicon? Yes.
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
Okay, good. Sorry that I have to use a reference, but you will see why. You will see why he gives you big wide eyes. Well, anyway.
Okay.
So there I was, out here, minding my own fucking business, not being a reality deviant mage. And I'd just finished up my meal. Was doing a bit of meditation. It was pouring like shit, but I didn't mind. Suddenly, the rain just stopped from 1 second to another. I opened my eyes, and next thing I know, I'm in the middle of the forest, but not this forest, not this one which has sort of subtropical plants and was nice and warm and everything. Suddenly, I found myself in a forest like in Germany or northern United States, Canada, southern Canada, sort of that area. And it was like 10 degrees centigrade colder. And it was foggy as shit. Okay, so me being who I am, I basically got my axe ready and also put the cloak over me. Oh, out of character, Clea will see that the cloak is hanging and drying from a clothesline between two trees. It looks as if it got recently washed.
Okay.
Yeah. So put the cloak on. That helped. Ha. Yeah. I'm really starting to not regret the cloak choice. I don't give a damn if I look like a hobbit. It keeps you warm. Anyway. Well, an overgrown hobbit. Anyway. So I was looking around, and then I was hearing like child's laughter in the distance, like in a bad horror movie.
Oh, creepy.
So I first tried to go into the opposite direction. So turned around, did a step forward, or to be more precise, I wanted to do a step forward, but I did 2 steps back.
So was it like you were walking forward, but you were
It was as if things
displaced
were.
backwards, or you were
Yes,
just walking backwards?
you know what? It reminds me a bit of what you said. You got a fire extinguisher, but it was fire that came out, or that you were trying to light a cigarette, but it felt cold.
Oh, speaking of that, the cigarette hadn't burned off when I woke up out of it. Didn't burn almost at all. So this happened within seconds. This whole shit with I don't know. Anyway, please go on.
Well, I didn't have any reference point. The same thing might have happened to me. Something I've forgotten. In the house, I had gained a little bit extra paradox. So let's just say recently I've been trying my best to use as little vulgar magic as possible. basically trying to let it bleed off. In the
Oh,
past,
so that's what this is. Fuck.
but you know what's really weird? In comparison to experience that I've had with Paradox so far, I wasn't doing any magic. It wasn't as if I was doing like a ritual and the ritual had horribly backfired. So I don't know if this is, or I don't know if this is normal for Paradox in this universe, you know, in this iteration of Earth, or if other shenanigans are involved. But anyway, let me continue. So I decided, okay, something wants to steer me into a direction, turned around again, walked in the direction that I was being led, walked, and then I found a cabin in the woods. So I stayed outside of the cabin for what felt like 10 minutes. And then there was a weird, well, I can only describe it as a devilly or demonic sort of voice asking me some weird shit like, hey, how are you doing? Why don't you come in? Or something like that.
How is that weird? That's a normal thing to ask.
Not when it comes from a disembodied voice, it doesn't. I know, I should be more used to this by now, but well,
Nah, can never get used to it.
Well, let's just say I put on my bravest poker face and then went like, yeah, as if I were so stupid. Next thing I know, some invisible force picked me up by the scruff and the door in the cabin opened and I got flung in. Door closes on itself, and then I am in a cabin that is full of taxidermied animals and stuffed deer heads, basically like that scene from The Ungrateful Dead. Yeah, the one you remember the scene where the deer heads start talking to him and laughing at him?
I guess.
I mean, it's fine if you don't.
I don't remember everything. I mean, I don't remember much, generally speaking. So, you know.
Don't worry. I still like you for who you are. And he noogies her a little bit.
Oh well, but well, I remember some things of this movie. I remember the book thing. I remember the tree rape.
Okay,
I
there was
remember
no tree rape.
the.
There was no book thing. I'm happy to say.
Okay. Oh yeah. The laughing. Yes.
Yeah. So I first the cabin was quiet. Then I started walking around, you know, around the room in a clockwise fashion, and then all the taxidermy stuff started laughing and laughing and laughing at me. So I guess as a sort of, I would guess, a defense reaction, I just started laughing as well. I guess I was trying to I was trying to show no fear in the face of the enemy. But yeah, I noticed that a hand was manifesting out of the floor, so while laughing, I chopped that hand. Then I just heard like, ow, motherfuck, and I got flung for I don't know what a distance. Um, the way you described it, like as if a giant had picked me up and thrown me like for flying several miles for ridiculous speeds. Then I crashed hard in the ground, and oh, something I forgot before I got chucked out of the house. I heard a scratching at the door. I opened the door, ready to attack anything that came, and I was basically drenched. I got covered in a tidal wave of blood, guts, shit, and gore. It really was like in a bad horror movie.
Okay, that's gross.
Yeah, it sort of reminded me a little bit what happened in the creepy house, in the haunted house.
At least there weren't shit there.
I wish it would have only been a mud wave. Seems you got off a little bit better than I did.
Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad now that I didn't get it as bad as you did.
Are you able to roughly quantify how much paradox you had before you went to bed?
How do you even measure that?
I always feel paradox a little bit like a weight on my shoulders, so I basically so it feels a bit like a stone or a kilogram to me. Maybe that's just me, but I had like 3
I
of
don't know.
them.
Just to be honest, I feel that my head is a bit less fucked, but I still smell seawater everywhere.
Don't worry too much for the moment. It could be worse. It could be worse. We'll find a way to figure this out and maybe correct it. Although that with the seawater doesn't surprise me. When there is a paradox backlash, weird things happen to our senses.
Yeah, I got a bit of an idea of that.
Yeah. Anyway, so I basically got flinged around a few times, and then I ended up here again. I again heard the voice with a certain distance, and then he gestures to the hand tipping on the back of it, and then here's the really creepy part. Brace yourself. I felt an itching in my hand, and then an eyeball, sort of like as if I had a socket there, sort of formed. It wasn't painful, but it was freaky as hell seeing that eye, lidless eye, stare back at me, and I staring back at it. And for a hot second, I was thinking if I should try to chop off my hand or stab it, but I decided not to.
Yeah, good, because I don't think that would be a good idea. I mean, don't get me wrong, we could get it replaced, but not stab your own hand. I mean, is the
Yeah,
eyeball still there?
the eyeball disappeared, and in its place, and he unwraps it and basically says, here. And what you see is the eye of Horus, like as if it had been tattooed for several months on the back of his hand. This appeared.
That's very interesting. Actually, she has a similar tattoo on her hand. It's kind of like a triangle with an eye in it.
Will she show it to him?
Well, he probably has already seen it because it's on the top of her hand.
Oh, and he goes, oh,
Okay.
wait a sec. Oh shit, you've got the all-seeing eye. I have the eye of Horus. Wait a sec. Both are symbols of an eye of a powerful god. And this shit is also associated with the Freemasons. What the fuck? This is connected. This is connected.
I don't know, dude, because honestly, I don't remember when I got that tattoo. It was.
I got it shortly after I was redeposited here.
Well, I've had it since I remember, but I guess it was from before because I don't remember getting it. I just know that it's there.
Huh.
I think we should look into it though.
Oh, and the voices said, "We will be watching, ever watching." And yes, I know. And he turns his head away from Clea, basically sort of direction of the forest, lifts his middle and second finger and just sort of directs it to the forest. And yes, I know that you're watching, you bloody voyeurs. And he says in German, "Fuck yourselves."
You're supposed to only hold one finger.
I'm half Scottish, lass.
Whatever. So flip the bird to the forest too.
That's how me
The
mum
proper
taught me.
American way. The American way.
Yeah. Damien just answers in a Scots accent. Well, that's how I was taught, lass. By me mum.
Oh, jeez.
But yes, I'll turn back into standard British English before I get flack for it.
Well.
Yeah.
Some weird shit are happening. So, well.
Yeah, thanks
What do
to
you say
this.
we eat these sausages and we can
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
go back, or you want to stay?
You know what? I don't think that I'll be really able to connect with the spirits at the moment. Not with all this tension. I'm just trying to relax a little bit, but the cosmos is just being an asshole. Yeah, you heard right, being a fucking asshole. And he waves his fist at the forest.
Yeah, we should go home and watch a movie or something. Jesse will be happy. He likes movies too much. I haven't seen him either. Oh, I have to check up with him too.
Yeah, you know what? Yes. Just give me an hour. Let's enjoy these sausages. I got them from German butchers. They're really nice. There's Bockwurst. I don't think you guys have that over here normally.
I don't know. I usually just eat pizza.
Spoken like a true American. He just chuckles and he takes the sausages.
Isn't even American. Pizza isn't even American originally. Though, to be fair, we perfected it because we added the cheese in it. Or something.
I've been to Italy. They have got some of the best pizza I've ever had. Oh, and ice cream. They've got fucking good ice cream. Well, what do you expect? Italy, it's like you just have to hop in the car, drive through Switzerland, and there you are. And then you're in Italy. You know,
well, sorry,
Europe is a small, Europe is relatively small in comparison to the US.
Well, I wouldn't know.
You know what? When I've done my betting on the horses and won some money, I might one of these days just take you guys on a road trip. Hello?
Shit, my connection got pooped a bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, but yeah, these are good sausages, I'll give you that.
Here, have some wholemeal bread. Would you like ketchup or mustard?
I don't know. What do you usually get? Just without. I mean.
Okay.
It's cool.
Clea eats the sausage. It's really tasty. Yeah.
She still thinks that pizza is better.
Well, yeah, pizza is awesome.
Yeah. That was big part of the previous scene that we did with Kat, actually. Anyway, yeah.
Yes.
Ah,
So I take it you're here with your motorcycle.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Parked just up the road. Got sort of leg space too, so don't worry about your shit. They can fit.
Good.
How did you come out here, by the way? Did you take a bus or something?
Yes, because I'm a broke ass bitch.
Well, I mean, if you told me, I would have driven you. You know.
Sorry, I just needed to get away from the city. I was hoping that I could actually get some peace and quiet here. Thank you very much for that, you assholes. He shouts to the forest.
Maybe we should try and develop some virtual reality thing that's better than what we have today, because that would be
Safer.
yeah, and more
Uh,
controllable, I guess. Oh man, technology is so behind.
Mind you, I wouldn't mind having our own holodeck.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
It would be.
Ooh, maybe I can make one. I have to think. I have to calculate.
You are
Oh, that's
welcome.
a great idea.
You're welcome. I used to watch the series religiously.
Oh, I'll have to see if I can do such a thing. That would be great. I would love that.
We could then even use it a bit like in the X-Men as a simulation room. That would be awesome.
I guess. But don't get too ahead of yourself. I mean,
Yeah,
tech is
yeah.
not far ahead, so we'll see what we can do if we can do it. But
I'll
probably there is.
I can't give you too much information, but let's just say
You don't need to give
I
me
the
information.
virtual reality is definitely a thing in you know when.
Yeah, well, it is a thing now. It's just really primitive at the moment, but that doesn't mean we can't augment it.
Exactly, the technology exists. We just need to soup it up a bit.
Yeah, I'll need to work on that.
Because that Virtual Boy shit that Nintendo brought out in the 90s, that was bullshit. It gave people headaches and migraines.
Hmm. Thinking. Well, shit. Now I have a really big project in my head. Thanks a lot, Damien.
You're welcome, he says, and she doesn't get the reference because that film hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, but you see here that she has opened the notebook and she's scribbling some stuff that you don't understand what they are.
It's fine. There you go. That's the clear I know.
Ah, fuck my life. This is gonna take a bit. Ah,
But yes,
well,
let me dismount this. Sorry, let me get my tent ready,
uh,
and let's just hope. Oh, and yes,
do you
my
need my
cloak
help with
needed
that?
to. Um, you know what? If you could take a quick look at the cloak and see if it has dried in the meantime, that would be useful.
Well, I can help you dry it if it's not.
Um, just go for it. Oh, actually, you know what? Don't bother drying it. I don't want you risking gaining some paradox. Let's see if we can first get rid of some, because boy do. Oh, you mentioned something that you feel like less fizzled now. That was the weird thing. I still have paradox. I can still feel it, but it's like halved.
I
It's
see.
really weird, but I'm happy that I think I have less now. But
So
yeah,
that means that we should expect more of that incident before this thing is gone, right?
probably.
Oh shit.
I'm no expert. I really hope this is the
Oh
only time.
shit.
Hey, Clea,
I
Clea,
haven't seen
I'm just guessing. I'm just
I
guessing as
haven't
much
seen
as you are.
Jesse. I don't
Oh,
know what's happening with Jesse. What if this happened to him and he landed somewhere else and that's why I didn't see him. Fuck.
okay,
Now I'm
okay.
worried.
You see, you know what? There is no point in worrying right now. It's a waste of energy. Let's
Tell that to my brain.
okay. And he walks up, puts Clea's head between his hands, and says, "Clea's brain, get your shit together."
Okay,
I need
okay.
her functional. And
Point
then he lets
taken.
go.
Okay, point taken. Yeah, okay. Cloak. Yeah. Well, it's pretty dry. I mean,
Ah, good. Thank
look,
you. Um,
you should wear it, probably. It will dry off on the way from the wind.
oh yeah.
I just hope you won't get a cold from it.
No, no. I'm fine. My other clothes are dry. I was able to dry them at the fire. And you see, Damien dismantled that tent with an expertise that is bordering on the military. And
You a
now he
Boy Scout or
started.
something?
I used to be an Eagle Scout when I was a kid. He rolls up
Oh,
the tent and is put lashing leather loops and stuff around it. Yeah. So does that mean you don't want to be my homie anymore? And he just gives you a shit-eating grin.
well, for all we know, I could have been a Girl Scout. I don't know. I mean,
Exactly. Who knows? You.
endless possibilities. I mean, I don't see myself selling cookies or anything, but I
I,
don't see myself eating them.
to be fair, I see you macing a bear and chasing it away while the rest of the girls are almost pissing themselves.
Well, let's not test the theory. I don't think I've ever faced a bear. But
I
I'd feel sorry
have,
for that bear.
but yeah, agreed. I
Show
have,
off.
but then again, I had a hunting rifle in my hand, so I just shot in the air and scared it away. It was a polar bear.
Polar bear. Those are
Yeah,
cute.
we were up in Bergen at a dig. Somebody had to keep an eye out for polar bears. Keep the dig safe.
Hmm. So you were digging in the snow?
We were digging in the ground in the permafrost under the snow. Yeah. And Damien has already packed up the tent and
Oh.
is throwing it over his shoulder, taking the cloak, putting the cloak on, only the plain black part of it around him. And he
Clea
says,
will
if,
douse the fire with her shoes. Because I'm
yeah,
assuming it's a small fire at this point, so she's
yes,
just stepping on it.
it's a fire pit, yes, Injun style, yeah. And Damien will help you too. Okay, right.
Right, yeah,
How?
this way.
Yes, uh, as an American friend of mine, I always like to put it. Let's get the hell out of here.
Don't do this.
Okay,
And she
I
will walk
won't.
to the bike and open the back, the case, take out the second helmet, pass
Puts
it to
it on.
Damien,
Yeah, he puts it on. He
and
looks like
open
a proper Power Ranger now.
the side bags. Yeah, yeah, to put the tent and whatnot in there.
Yeah,
Okay, I think we're good to go. Let's hope nothing shit happens on the way.
yeah. Let's see if we
fuck.
can't find, if we can't locate Jesse, and if we can, I'm so up for movie night.
Yep, that would be great. Anyway, let's just be off and to
Yeah.
start the bike. And
One last thing. Uh, when he goes on the bitch patch, he first he tries to grip, accidentally gets a little too high up, and then very quickly moves down. But he accidentally got a little bit of underboob. sorry.
well, to be fair, she has really small boobs, so there wouldn't be a lot of underboob there.
Still, he's all awkward about it.
Yeah, it doesn't really register it much.
It's fine, but he'll lean in a little bit, just so that he has, just for better balance. And with that, unless there is anything that any player would like to declare,
No, it's just off.
we shall close with Damien on the back, Clea in the front, gunning her powerful machine and just roaring up a country road back to Orlando, back to civilization, to whatever adventures might await them. And in that sense, thank you players for playing. Thank you watchers for watching. This was another scene for Orlando Ascended. Have a good night.